Hey folks, how you doing? Kanal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Yeah, kind of a flat day in the markets over here. You can see here after a really extended run, we're just consolidating over the 200-day moving average. We got some weakness today, down 0.4%. But in the scheme of things, after such a run, it's very little. You could see across the board we're slightly down, but I would actually consider that a flat day after such a big run up. And so overall, the market, yeah, the benefit of the doubt has to be given to the bulls now that we've broken back into the range where we've been in the whole year, right? So now we're at the bottom of the range of our 2015, and so just something to kind of keep member of. It's awesome, it's earnings season right now, and so we've been trading pretty aggressively. Had some good trades on BABA and rlyp today, which are both really the same kind of setup. But you can see here, I took 1,500 off Baba at the open. It's a very easy setup. I was talking about this today on Periscope too. You can see that after a stock has gone up from $57, it's been running for a couple weeks straight, so it's up like 40-50% over here. Today, Baba had earnings and it gapped, and so that gap is essentially like a sell the news event over here, where if the gap doesn't hold, you're essentially going to short this thing because you have two levels of resistance. You have the 200-day moving average over here, and then you have this extension of just such a huge run. And then you can see, like, if you're looking, see this zone right here is just a heavy level of supply also in BABA, really up to about 80 from, it's a zone of 80 to 85. And so this whole area is like a supply zone. And so once you get into that, I want to take that short when I find an intraday setup. And so, you can see here when it doesn't hold the opening gap, all these bounces into the VWAP get faded off in anticipation of the breakdown of the bear flag. And so we ended up taking this thing originally short around about 81.60s. I took 1,000 shares. And then later on, I added a few more. I covered the flushes and added a few more into the bear flag is essentially kind of the gist of it. Now, hold on one second. I'm trying to cover out of some of this Cooner over here. I had, hit this thing right at, about 49 bucks, my original short on this thing. And Cooner is I apologize for the delay, but Cooner is another stock. You can see here, it had a fake breakout and it double topped at 50. And then so when it doesn't hold that breakout and it rolls over, you can short it. So I shorted like around 49 bucks or so. Not many, like 500 shares, nothing too crazy. And then you want to kind of cover these in the flushes. You can see the VWAP is only at $45, so you have some room to run. But overall, a good kind of trade. This extension, you get a double top. And then the rollover. I like that type of setup, but our other good trade today was in this rlyp, which is a similar type of setup to BABA, not the exact same, but you can see you've had a multi-day run where it's basically popped about 50 cents, 50%, and you got this gap over here that finally filled today. And so you have this gap from its earnings, and so then it's been rising here very steadily over this week, filling this gap. And so once the gap filled, we essentially just took this thing short at the open, 3,000-4,000 shares, stop above highs over here, and then we're playing back into the flush. And maybe this thing will come down to 13s or whatever. But I've taken most of my profits down into this flush right at the open because it was just such quick money. I mean, it got down to 48.70. So you had a really nice kind of quick play, and then you can short on these bear flags and stuff like that. But overall, I think that was the one that actually was my biggest gainer of the day. Yeah, I made 2,600 bucks on it. So overall, a pretty cool day, but nothing too crazy. Just simple setups here of, hey, stock gets extended, wait for levels of resistance, take it back down, and vice versa. That's how we trade. For those of you guys that are new to all this, I am doing a webinar November 5th at 8 p.m. on how I trade the market open. So like this setup I did here was at the open. It was literally like the opening tick, right? The opening first candles. Same thing with BABA. I took this at the open. And so these are the setups that I'm going to be talking about. when we go into this, this sell the news type of event or a run up that's got to come back and go the other way. But both these are taken right at the open. A lot of people shy away from trading the open because of the volatility. But if you have specific setups that work during the open, you can go out and make money every day. And then, you don't have to sit there and grind it out in the afternoon. I find that the best plays and the most volatility are at the open. And really, after 11 p.m., it's kind of a grind the rest of the day. So, I tend to do my best work during these times. So that's it for now, guys. Feel free to, leave me any comments or ask any questions, and I will see everybody later.